Today we are going to be making peppermint bark. No. So peppermint bark is on the rise during the holidays, and you probably are going to see it everywhere you go, like everywhere. It's just chocolate. It's semi-sweet chocolate, white chocolate, and then it's coated in a bunch of crushed up candy canes. I think it's because it's made of white chocolate, which I am not a huge fan of. It's like chocolate that's had all the fun drained out of it. I don't get it. I don't think it tastes like anything. I'm not going to bother with the traditional peppermint bark recipe. I am more of a creme de menthe kind of girl rather than the peppermint route, the peppermint candy cane lane kind of stuff. I'm not really into that. I guess I should just call it holiday mint bark instead of peppermint bark because it's not really totally peppermint. So I encountered some roadblocks when getting the ingredients for the bark, um, one of many, I should say. So my original recipe calls for Andes mints. I mean, who doesn't like Andes mints? Everyone loves Andes mints, but the store didn't have them. And it's probably because I went the day after Christmas where all the shelves were ransacked by all the crazy holiday people and I couldn't find them anywhere. So I had to resort to mint chocolate from Dove. And it was a sad little bag at the way end of the store where all the discounted holiday stuff is. The recipe also calls for chocolate wafers, wafer thin mints. I did find Oreo thins, which are mint flavored. So I'm going to use those instead and see how it goes. Candy canes! Yay! Couldn't find a candy cane. Like, seriously, the day after Christmas, I could not find a candy cane. I did find peppermint crunch sprinkles, which I think are candy cane like candy crushed up. However, you know that the apocalypse is not yet present when you can find semi chocolate chips in the store. And so, thank goodness, I was able to find semi sweet chocolate chips in the baking aisle that still is there. No need to take shelter at the moment. I hope that you all are into experimentation because today is going to be just a little bit of that. As Bob Ross calls, happy accidents. So I think maybe that's what's going to happen today, hopefully. All right, so to make the mint bark, as we're going to call it, creme de menthe bark. You're going to need a baking sheet, and you're going to need some parchment paper as well. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the parchment paper and just line the baking sheet with it. Then you're going to take your generic, it's probably not Oreo chocolate wafers, and you're going to line the baking sheet with parchment paper with these guys. You want to make sure that the entire bottom of the baking sheet has Oreo on it. So if there's like a little bit of space like at the bottom or around the corners that need to have an Oreo in there, you just cut it in half, just like that, and just stick it in there. Just so that like the bottom is completely coated with Oreo. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to come over to your saucepan station. And you're going to take a small to medium saucepan and we are going to put in 1/3 of a cup of butter, unsalted butter. And we're going to put in 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Turn the heat up to, I'd say, medium to medium low. And we're going to stir these guys together. And we're going to let the butter melt. All right, so as you will see that the butter is going to melt and the sugar is going to incorporate with the butter. So at this point, you need to continue stirring this saucepan. The consequences of discontinuing the stirring would be uh, a bunch of burnt sugar at the bottom of your pan. And that's not very good. No one wants that. So what we're going to do is continue to stir this until it fully comes together. And it kind of should look like caramel. I mean, that's kind of what we're making almost. All right, so this is a nice light amber color. Kind of looks like caramel. So this is what we want, and we're going to pour this all over our Oreos. Pour or drizzle the mixture all over your Oreos. Oh, kind of seems like I'm giving myself a facial, but I'm not. What I'm actually doing is I'm taking some chocolate, my chocolate chips that I had, and the mint Dove chocolates, and I'm just melting them over indirect heat. And behind here, I have actually a bunch of water that's boiling, and I put a stainless steel pan on top. And you can get a glass bowl if you want, just something that is heat resistant. You know, a Pyrex bowl would be good, or stainless steel over indirect heat. If you put chocolate directly in a saucepan over the direct heat, your chocolate is going to burn. I hate to tell you, but it's going to burn. And I just am melting this chocolate because I'm going to put it over our Oreo mixture next. Okay, so our chocolate is melted, and we're going to drizzle the chocolate and spread. And I've got about a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips here, and about a cup of the Dove mint chocolates, and you can also use Andes mints too. Our Oreos fully covered. Is I'm going to take a few more of these like Andes mint like doves. You see, like they're like that. All right, so I got our Dove chocolates. I'm just gonna like roughly chop the chocolates here. So I'm going to sprinkle all these guys over. So this is our Death by Chocolate Bar. All right, so then I have just the peppermint, like kind of sort of candy canes. Yeah, they do smell really pepperminty and kind of like candy cane, kind of like crushed candy cane. I would crush the candy canes myself, but you know, the store was all out of them. But at least I got everything on sale. Yeah. I just like the contrast of the green, you know, and the chocolate, and then you've got this like little sparkle of candy cane peppermint. Then when you have basically OCD'd yourself to death on this thing. So this is what it looks like. We are actually going to let this sit and cool for at least 1 hour. Once it's cool, and the chocolate will harden, and we will cut into it and taste what we made. All right, so here's our mint bark. So look at that. We have mint Oreo on the bottom. We have like a caramel in the middle, and on the top we've got lots of little goody thingies. We have mint Dove chocolate and peppermint crumbles. And that's all on a really, really nice bed of chocolate. So let's have a taste. Whoa, minty, very chocolatey. Just a little bit of peppermint on there is really good. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you next time.